All right, everyone, get ready, because today we're diving deep into Web3 and altcoins. It feels like these are words everyone keeps hearing, but not a lot of people seem to really get.
Right.
So if you've been in conversations and kind of nodding along about the future of the internet, but not really knowing what's going on, then this is for you.
Absolutely.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, please do.
We're going to break down Web3 and altcoins.
It's kind of a wild west out there.
Yeah.
The main idea with Web3 is decentralization.
Okay.
You know how Web 2.0 is all about Google and Facebook controlling everything? Well, Web3 is trying to change that.
Okay.
Using blockchain to give users more control over their data and their experience online.
Okay. I'm already interested. But blockchain, crypto wallets, altcoins.
Yeah.
It gets confusing quickly.
It does.
What's the connection between all of that and this whole decentralized internet thing?
Well, imagine not needing to log in with Facebook or Google anymore.
Okay.
Instead, you have a crypto wallet that's like your digital ID verified on the blockchain.
All right.
And that's how you get access to all these Web3 applications.
So it's like instead of having an account on every different platform, my crypto wallet is like my one-stop shop.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And those altcoins you hear about, they're not just for trading and making money.
Okay.
They're what powers these applications in Web3.
Okay.
Each altcoin has a purpose within its own ecosystem.
I'm going to need a second to process this.
Yeah.
It's making sense, but it's a lot to take in.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Think about it like this.
Okay.
You could use Filecoin to store your data on a decentralized network.
Right.
Like instead of using Google Drive.
Okay.
Or you could use a platform-specific altcoin to directly support your favorite artist.
Okay, now that's something I can get behind.
Yeah.
Direct support for artists. That changes everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is making me rethink everything I thought I knew about the internet.
Me too. This is huge.
Yeah.
If you guys are as excited about this as I am, don't forget to smash that like button and share this with your friends.
Tell everyone.
Tell everyone.
So all of these transactions are actually powered by smart contracts.
Okay.
Which are basically self-executing agreements written into the blockchain.
Okay.
So it cuts out the middleman.
Yeah.
Makes everything more transparent and efficient.
Smart contracts, that sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
For sure.
It's like the internet is finally catching up to all the futures we imagined.
It is.
Yeah.
Now, I know it all sounds kind of utopian.
Right.
And there are definitely some challenges to figure out.
Yeah.
Like scalability is a big one.
Okay.
Blockchains, like Ethereum, which is a major player in Web3.
Right.
They can only handle a limited number of transactions every second, compared to traditional systems like Visa.
So are there solutions that people are working on to address this? I mean, if everyone starts using Web3, won't the whole thing just come to a standstill?
Well, developers are working on a bunch of different solutions to make things more scalable.
Okay.
Some of them are exploring different consensus mechanisms,
Right.
while others are building on top of the existing blockchains, like Layer 2 solutions.
It's like watching a whole new world being built right in front of us.
It is. It is.
I'm curious about this. What are some ways that altcoins are being used, beyond just supporting artists?
Right.
You mentioned decentralized storage, but what else is out there?
Oh, there's tons of applications.
Yeah.
So some altcoins are used for governance.
Okay.
Which lets holders vote on the direction of a platform.
Gotcha.
Some are used to create what's called decentralized finance or DeFi applications, which offer alternatives to traditional banking. And then there's the whole world of NFTs.
Yeah, NFTs.
Unique digital assets that can be anything from art to virtual real estate.
NFTs. Those are the things that sell for millions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
But aren't they just digital art?
Well, that's a common misconception. NFTs are about way more than just digital art.
Okay.
Think about concert tickets that can't be counterfeited, in-game items that you actually own, or even real estate deeds stored securely on the blockchain.
Wow.
They have the potential to revolutionize a lot of different industries.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. I need a minute to absorb all of this.
Yeah.
If you guys are feeling the same way, leave us a comment below.
Please.
Tell us what's standing out to you so far. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this deep dive.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
With even more Web3.
More Web3.
Now, it's important to remember that Web3 isn't without its critics. Some people say that it's not truly decentralized. because the early adopters and like the founders often end up holding a lot of the power.
Okay, so it's not a perfect solution.
No.
There's still kinks to work out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But every new technology has challenges in the beginning. What matters is that we have these conversations, explore both the good and the bad, and figure out how to shape this technology responsibly.
It's like we're watching a whole new era of the internet being born.
Yeah.
And it's exciting.
Yeah.
But it's also a little scary.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
But that's also what makes it so fascinating, right?
It does.
So it's important to remember that Web3 isn't about replacing Web 2.0.
Okay.
It's more about offering an alternative, a different way of interacting online, that gives users more control and ownership.
So it's not like a winner-take-all situation.
No.
It's more like a coexistence and evolution.
Exactly.
Okay.
And, you know, who knows what the future holds?
Right.
Maybe Web3 will become the main way things work.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll just influence how Web 2.0 changes and evolves.
It's like we're at a crossroads.
Yeah.
And the path that we choose will completely change the internet as we know it.
It will.
This is definitely a conversation we need to be having.
Absolutely.
And I'm so glad we're having it here today.
Me too.
Yeah.
And we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Web3?
Yeah.
How do you think it's going to change things?
Yeah.
Leave a comment below and let's keep talking about it.
And if you really want to go deep into all the little nuances of this rapidly changing digital landscape, make sure to check out our channel, The Other Opinion.
Yes.
Where we explore all kinds of different perspectives on current events and these emerging technologies.
We love having an open dialogue, and we would love for you to join our community of curious minds.
Okay, let's take a quick break.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll be right back to keep going with Web3 and altcoins.
Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned.
We'll be back.
We're back. And my brain is still like buzzing from all that Web3 talk.
Yeah.
It's like we were looking into a whole new dimension of the internet.
Yeah.
Where users actually have more power than ever before.
It is a big change. You know, we've gotten so used to this model where we're basically just renting our digital lives from these giant companies.
Right.
You know, our data, the stuff we create, our online identities, it's all been controlled by them.
Yeah.
Web3 is about changing that.
Flipping the script.
Yeah.
Putting that ownership back into the user's hand.
Exactly. It's about, like, taking back our control online.
Okay.
Imagine your data is actually yours. You can move your stuff, your digital assets, and your identity between different platforms without needing anyone's permission. That's the goal with Web3. It's a powerful goal. But how realistic is that? I mean, can we really break free from these huge tech companies?
It's a bit of a David and Goliath situation, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But history has shown us that these big changes often come from the most unexpected places.
Right.
Like the internet itself was once this fringe technology.
Yeah.
Look at it now. Web3 might be facing a tough challenge, but the potential is definitely there.
Yeah. It really does feel like the Wild West out there right now.
Yeah. A lot of experimenting going on.
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty, but also just so much possibility.
Yeah.
It's exhilarating. And if you guys are as excited as we are, hit that like button.
Please.
Share this with your friends who are curious about the future of the internet.
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
So one of the most interesting parts of Web3 is this idea of real ownership.
Yeah.
Like, think about the music industry. Right now, artists often get a tiny piece of the money from streaming services.
Yeah. But with Web3, they could actually connect directly with their fans.
Yeah.
Get paid fairly for what they create.
Cutting out the middleman.
Exactly.
That's a dream come true for a lot of artists.
It is.
But how does that actually work?
Well, imagine a Web3 music streaming platform where artists can release their music as NFTs.
Right.
So fans buy these NFTs, which gives them access to the music.
Yeah.
But it also means they own a little piece of the artist's work.
Okay.
And they can even resell those NFTs on a secondary market if they want.
That's a whole other level of, like, fan engagement.
It is.
And it gives artists way more control.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a big shift. And it's not just about music. NFTs could really revolutionize a lot of industries.
Okay, yeah, let's go deeper into this whole NFT thing.
Okay.
Because I think there's a lot of confusion out there.
There is.
Some people see them as just digital art.
Yeah.
while others think they're the future of, well, everything.
Yeah.
What's the reality?
So NFTs are basically just unique digital tokens that represent ownership of any asset. They're like a digital deed that proves you own something. And yeah, digital art was one of the first ways they were used, which is why a lot of people still think of NFTs as that.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to them than that.
You mentioned event tickets.
Yeah.
What other, like, real-world applications are there for NFTs?
So imagine owning virtual land in a metaverse, complete with a digital deed backed by an NFT.
Okay.
Or think about in-game items in video games that you actually own, even if the game shuts down. NFTs could even be used to represent owning real estate, making those transactions safer and more transparent.
So it's like the internet is finally becoming a place where we can actually own things instead of just renting them.
Yeah.
And it's all because of this blockchain technology.
It is. It is.
It's mind-blowing when you really think about it.
It is.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're finding this as mind-blowing as I am.
For sure.
Okay, so it's a fascinating time to be alive, that's for sure.
It is.
But as with any new technology, there are those challenges and maybe even downsides that we have to think about.
Absolutely.
One thing that comes up a lot is the energy consumption of some of these blockchain networks.
Right.
I've heard people say the environmental impact of blockchain is not sustainable.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It's a valid concern for sure, and it's something developers are working really hard on.
Okay.
So some blockchains use what's called a proof-of-work consensus mechanism, which is what Bitcoin uses, and that uses a lot of energy.
Okay.
But there are other mechanisms like proof of stake, which is way more efficient.
So there are solutions out there.
Yeah, there are definitely solutions on the horizon. And it's important to remember Web3 is still very new.
Right.
It's constantly changing, and there are always new innovations happening.
It's like watching a plant grow in fast forward. You can see the potential.
Yeah.
But it just takes time for everything to kind of like fully form.
Right.
What are some other challenges facing Web3 right now?
User experience is a big one.
Right.
Like setting up a crypto wallet,
Yeah.
navigating Web3 applications can be pretty overwhelming for the average person.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a whole new learning curve.
It is.
But isn't that always the case with these new technologies?
Yeah.
Like, remember how confusing the internet was when it first came out?
Very confusing.
Yeah.
And just like the internet evolved and got easier to use, so will Web3.
Okay.
We're already seeing wallets and platforms that are much easier to use.
Right.
And that'll just keep getting better.
So it's like we're watching those early pioneers pave the way
for
everyone else to follow.
Exactly.
And if you guys are enjoying this journey into the future of the internet as much as we are, hit that like button.
Please do.
Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. And make sure to subscribe to our channel, The Other Opinion, for even deeper dives on all kinds of interesting stuff.
We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah.
Your thoughts and insights make this whole conversation so much richer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the things I find most exciting about Web3 is this potential for more diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
You know, in a world where so much of the internet is controlled by just a handful of companies.
Right.
Web3 offers the possibility of a more decentralized and equitable online experience.
Yeah, I totally agree. Web3 has the potential to really empower marginalized communities, you know?
Yeah.
Giving them control over their data and their online presence.
Right.
Could be a really powerful tool for social change.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how that develops.
It's like the internet is finally living up to its promise of connecting people from all over the world and breaking down barriers.
Absolutely.
But let's be real. There are some concerns about potential downsides, too.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, more freedom also means more responsibility.
It does. One challenge is regulation.
Okay.
As Web3 grows, governments are trying to figure out how to regulate this new technology.
Right.
There's concern about it being misused, like for money laundering or illegal stuff.
So it's not like a utopia where everyone suddenly becomes virtuous and ethical.
No, unfortunately not.
There's still going to be bad actors out there.
That's human nature, right?
Yeah.
But I actually think the transparency and accountability that's built into blockchain technology can help to reduce some of those risks.
Okay.
It's way harder to hide illegal activity on a public blockchain than it is in the traditional systems we have now.
It's like having a permanent record of everything.
It is.
That's both powerful and kind of scary.
It is. It's a double-edged sword for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the potential benefits are just too big to ignore.
I agree. This whole Web3 thing really is like a giant puzzle, isn't it?
It is.
And we're all trying to figure out how all the pieces fit together.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so exciting, though.
Yeah.
We're all on this journey together.
We are.
And it's a journey that's only just beginning.
Absolutely. Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah.
I think the amazing thing is we get to be part of shaping that future.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys want to be part of this conversation,
yes,
leave a comment below, share your thoughts, your questions,
and
hit that subscribe button.
Please do.
So you don't miss any of our future deep dives into all sorts of interesting topics.
We love hearing from our listeners.
Yeah.
Your engagement makes this whole thing what it is.
Yeah.
So keep those comments coming.
Absolutely. All right, we've covered a lot today, but there's still more to explore.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll wrap up our deep dive into Web3 and altcoins for some final thoughts. Stay tuned. We're back, ready to wrap up this epic deep dive into Web3 and altcoins. I feel like I just took a crash course in the future of the internet. It's been a wild ride, but we made it.
It has been a whirlwind. We covered so much, from blockchain basics to NFTs and the challenges of decentralization.
And we just scratched the surface. Web3 is huge and always changing. But even with all the complexity and uncertainty, there's this feeling of excitement, like we're watching a paradigm shift happen, a fundamental change in how we use the internet.
It is like the Wild West all over again. New frontiers, pioneers, and the promise of a better future. But also, like the Wild West, there are risks. It's not all perfect.
Right. There are concerns about security, regulation, even the environment with some blockchain technologies. And let's not forget scams and fraud, which seem to be everywhere in this space. If you guys have any other opinions or concerns about this, drop them in the comments below.
It's important to be a little skeptical. Don't believe everything you read or hear. Do your own research, ask questions, and be careful with promises that sound too good to be true.
Like anything else in life, there's no such thing as a free lunch. But even with the risks, the potential rewards of Web3 are too big to ignore. Imagine a world where you own your data, where you connect with creators and businesses directly with no middleman, where you have more control online than ever before.
That's a vision worth working towards. And the best part is we all get to shape this future. It's not just up to big tech companies or governments. Everyone has a role to play in how Web3 develops.
It's like we're all writing this story together. And that's what makes it so exciting. If you're excited about the potential of Web3, share this episode with your friends. Let's get more people talking about this.
The more people understand Web3, the better we'll all be at navigating this new digital frontier.
And if you want to learn even more, check out our channel, The Other Opinion. We explore a lot of different viewpoints on current events and new technologies there. We think talking about these things is important for building a better future, so join our community.
We're all in this together. Let's see where it goes.
Just a heads up, this deep dive was powered by AI. So while we did our best to give you accurate information, it's always smart to double-check and do your own research. Don't just take our word for it.
Stay curious, stay informed, and always be open to changing your mind. That's how we all learn and grow.
Well said. We've reached the end of our deep dive into Web3 and altcoins. We hope you found it insightful and maybe even a little mind-blowing.
Thanks for listening.
Don't forget to like, subscribe for more deep dives, and share this with anyone curious about the future of the internet. And keep those comments coming. We love hearing your thoughts, opinions, and other perspectives. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.